The Babysitter Lives is the latest offering by one of my favorite contemporary horror writers, Stephen Graham Jones. The Babysitter Lives takes place on the night before Halloween, and Charlotte, a high school senior and our main character, has agreed to babysit the Wilbanks twins. Charlotte believes it'll be a simple night of babysitting. She'll be able to put the kids to bed early and she'll have plenty of time to study for her upcoming SATs. However, Charlotte's plans are quickly thwarted when she begins to learn the tragic history of the Wilbanks home and finds herself stuck between two realities. The Babysitter Lives has a social commentary reminiscent of Jordan Peele's Get Out. The Wilbanks home is a twisty and ever-changing monster of a thing that evokes Shirley Jackson's The Haunting of Hill House. In the book's tone, at times reminds me of both A Nightmare on Elm Street and also Coraline by Neil Gaiman, which can at times feel conflicting. The Babysitter Lives is clearly the brain stew of all the things that Stephen Graham Jones loves about horror, and luckily for us, he has put it down on paper for us to enjoy. The Babysitter Lives is only available as an audiobook and was the perfect companion on my family's most recent vacation to Texas. Horror audiobooks are a travel tradition for my wife and me. A few years back, we listened to The Shining on our way to California, and in 2020, during a road trip to Montana, we listened to another of Jones's books, The Only Good Indians. So it was nice to have another of Jones's books to enjoy on our most recent vacation. The narrator, Isabella Starr LeBlanc, does a beautiful job bringing Stephen Graham Jones' words to life, but The Babysitter Lives is not a perfect book, but what book is? As I said before, the tones at times felt conflicting. I don't mean this as necessarily a negative, but it read at times as though it was a teen or a young adult novel, but then a graphic scene of adult content would happen and I would find it sort of jarring. Also, and this could just be me, whenever I'm listening to an audiobook, I will often find myself drifting, so I think I might have missed some of the important mechanics of how the house works, because I had some questions. Minor complaints aside, I enjoyed my time with Charlotte inside the Wilbanks house. I hope The Babysitter Lives is released in a physical format so I can dive back into this world in my own time. I think it is a great candidate for an illustrated edition, so I believe that Jones's publishers should seriously consider that, because I would be one of the first people in line to buy the illustrated edition of The Babysitter Lives.